Hey everybody, PJ Reilly from Lancaster Archery in our video studio today with Chuck Cooley from Zeiss. And Chuck, we have the new Zeiss SFL 50mm series, which is a new series of binoculars. Zeiss has had 50mm before, but now we've got a new emphasis. I'll let you explain the story of what we're talking about here.
Yeah, the SFL series is something that we came out with a little over a year or so ago. And the SFL kind of bridging that gap between our HDX, which is, I don't want to call it a budget binocular, but something that kind of caps out around $1,000. And then the SF series, which is right around $3,000. So we needed something that was in the middle. You know, an improved glass package, an improved body design, things like that. So we came out with the SFL. And then when I started with Zeiss way back in 22, we didn't have a 50mm series. And I knew that in the archery space, man, that was like the wheelhouse, right? Yeah, we gotta have it. So in typical Zeiss fashion, they don't just make one and throw it into the marketplace. You know, it takes 2 or 3 years to develop these things. And in that development process, there's a lot of things that they look at, everything from ergonomics to weight to size to glass, exit pupil, options, figurations, all this kind of stuff. And with this SFL 50, they really ticked a lot of boxes. We spent a lot of time trying to get these right. And to run over some of the features, now the two that we have here is the 10 power and the 12 power, but this
same height.
Yeah,
you can't tell.
Same binocular, I mean, really.
Yeah.
But we also make it in an 8 power, so if you're in the birding community or something like that, it fills that space very, very nicely as well. Right. Big things when you're talking about a binocular like this. Exit pupil is a really important feature, and you and I spoke about this off camera. When you have such a large objective and a compact body design, you can get a 5mm exit pupil, which allows a ton of light. 42.
That's this end, the exit pupil.
How much light is coming through the back end, and that allows you to have a much larger eye box so that when you bring the binoculars up, you're into that picture really, really quickly. So, you know, that was one of the big aspects that we really wanted to hit. So 42% more light coming through the body, 90% light transmission in these. We used thinner glass, right? More compact design. So when you look at the size of these binoculars as compared to other 50mm objective binoculars in the space, it's a lot smaller. It's lightest weight in its class.
Because especially 10s and 12s, you start thinking, man, these things are heavy. But as you mentioned, 3D and hunting, you want that bigger size, and then you're fighting the weight. But these weigh as much as others, you know.
Weight's a big deal. Weight is a really big deal.
Yeah.
So like one of our guys, Jack Wallace, you know, he's got a pair of the HTs, which is an amazing binocular, but it's big and heavy. And he's talked to me about, hey, what do you guys have that's a little bit lighter in weight? Because you're out on the range for 4 or 5 hours in the day, and it's just a lot of weight to carry around. So magnesium body, ultra lightweight, right? Redesigned armor here, so it's got this micro texture on it. I'm sure you've figured that out. So that when your hands get wet, it's still really grippy. We have this huge adaptation for eye relief, right? So if you wear glasses, or depending on the structure of your skull, your face, your eyebrows, things like this, you can really position that to get that exactly where you want. These eye cups also come off, just like our other SFL series. So when you head out west and you get into that really fine moon dust that you see, you can rinse these under the sink or under the hose. They're completely waterproof, and then replace that eye cup and get it nice and clean. Super nice feature there. The other aspect to this is 1.4 turns from 0 to infinity. So it's a super fast focus, but it's really tight. There's no backlash there. Really, really comfortable feel. And then when you grab the binocular, your finger falls right on that focus wheel, so it's really comfortable. Right? If you have a smaller hand, especially ladies, smaller hands, smaller build. You know, it's not this big honking tube that you got to try to get your hand around. It's super comfortable there. We have a fully adjustable diopter here, right? So that you can get that balance back and forth. And I know you've experienced that, you know, being an eyeglass wearer, to have that that locking diopter to get right where you want. Now the 12s also come with a tripod stud, a really nice tripod stud, so that if you're going to put them on a tripod, they lock up nice and comfortable and they stay right there where you want them to be. The 10 doesn't come with that, but the 12s do.
I had the opportunity, Chuck, at the ASA in Benning, the most recent one, to play with these, and I recall the thing that struck me was I was looking at the Russian bore. It was 47 yards. The sun was behind it, so the front of it was completely black from where I was standing.
Is that the one where you missed the 12?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Thanks. Although that doesn't really narrow it down much, Chuck. But I looked through, and with these, the 12 by 50s, I could see absolutely every single scoring ring through here, that with my eye, it was just a wall of black.
Yeah.
Zooming in, you know, the zoom and the light transmission, it was able to dissipate that dark shadow so I could see through it.
Not only can you see the arrow, but you can see where it is in the foam.
Everywhere.
Right?
Yep.
Which is the most important aspect. A lot of times when you're looking at a target like that, you're like, well, I can see the knock, but is it kicked up, and where is that shaft actually entering the target? Right?
I was shooting with Tim Gillingham, and he was sure his arrow was in another spot. It was right through the IBO. He was sure it was in another spot. I could see exactly where it was. So then I can aim off of that. It didn't help, but I could see where it was.
That's right. You keep working on that. We'll get you into a 12 somehow this year. Maybe we'll move the target closer or something. I don't know. But it's a great package, 15% lighter. Again, really high light transmission, big exit pupil, super fast, easy focus. Honestly, I think this is going to be one of the most popular binoculars for 3D. Really excellent price point at under $2,000 for both. I think it's going to be a big hit in the 3D and target world especially. And for your Western hunters that are going out, whether it be rifle or bow hunters and things like that, who want a glass for long range.
Long distance, yeah, and definitely they want that lower weight, but they also want the higher power and the excellent light transmission. So
you got to get the performance. It's a nice balance to get that performance and still have a very functional binocular that doesn't feel like it's weighing you down all day long.
All right, the new SFL 50 millimeter series from Zeiss. Chuck, as always, we appreciate your time and knowledge. If you want to see the different options that we have in this series on our website, be sure to click the link in the description below. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to click that bell to get notifications whenever we put out new videos. As always, if you have any questions, you can visit us at lancasterarchery.com.